gun, limousine riding, jet flying, son of a gun, and I'm having a hard time holding these alligators.
You're talking to the Rolex wearing, diamond ring wearing, kiss stealing, willing dealing, limo jet flying. We Rick flaring on her, flaring on her. We Rick flaring on her. You talking to the Rolex wearing, diamond ring wearing, kiss stealing, willing dealing, limo jet flying. We Rick flaring on her, flaring on her. Yeah, we Rick flaring on her, flaring on her. It's apparent these girls staring. I'm Rick flaring, gold across my chest. I'm fresh to death, I'm Paul Bearing, not at all scary. One eye open like Betty Wops and fine to these circles that's going in like a carry shot. Woo! I'm going in like a Mary Pop off that Mary Crop at the top flow at the Marriott. So questioning me is like questioning you. See, we the best dressed, so come and get blessed with the crew. Not one but two, different ways to slaughter your crew. Committed tat across the chest, I guess she blessed with the truth. People want to see them checks, representation of proof. Living through my elders, trying to resonate to the youth. But ain't nothing to get my flash on. Longevity is heavily embedded in my melanin. Layman terms, I last long. My grind repetitive, I'm smoother than real silk. Lyrical cash cow who can't cry over spilled milk. We in here. You're talking to the Rolex wearing, diamond ring wearing, kiss stealing, willing dealing, limo jet flying. We Rick flaring on her, flaring on her. We Rick flaring on her, flaring on her. You talking to the Rolex wearing, diamond ring wearing, kiss stealing, willing dealing, limo jet flying. We Rick flaring on her, flaring on her. We Rick flaring on her, flaring on her. This ain't no normal situation, this preparation with greatness. Industry full of fakeness, it's really up for the taking. See, life is what happened to you, more so how you take it. Don't get stripped of your knowledge and mentally leave you naked. I like to live otherwise. I'm sorry that I'm fresh to death. I put the polo and apologize. See, black son, we ain't nothing like the mother guys. Quit to socialize, we organize, then we mobilize. Off the deep end like a scuba diver. And no confusion, just keep it pushing like Uber drivers. Woo! Business fresh just like a supervisor in a Gucci visor. Can't find a smoother rhymer. You're talking to the Rolex wearing, diamond ring wearing, kiss stealing, willing dealing, limo jet flying. We Rick flaring on her, flaring on her. We Rick flaring on her. You talking to the Rolex wearing, diamond ring wearing, kiss stealing, willing dealing, limo jet flying. We Rick flaring on her, flaring on her. We Rick flaring on her, flaring on her.
Yeah, DQ baby. Shout out that boy Nigga for that fire track. Hey, Black Sun, sun up. What's up, Vinny Vegas? What in Vegas? Yeah. Shout out Pharaoh's Kids, D-Phase, yeah, Bubba C, yeah, Rick flaring on him, Rick flaring on him, Rick flaring on him, Rick flaring, sun up, baby.
Yo, Scotty, you going crazy for this one. We see what you're doing, we salute you. Hey, let's get it started. It's backpack, Capital One. What's in your wallet? Got a call from my man A. Scott. I said I got it. Love that you highlighting all of these black colleges. Try to pay me for doing this. Look, bruh, if you don't get off my line with that foolishness, voice of the swag, pull up where you at, no cap. If the Brody is speaking the soft facts, my advice, tune in to every show. Captain Petty, but we know that the sergeants are with the smoke. Speculate, just tell me what is we doing. Get into it, okay, look, I'ma say this and keep it moving. My boy Scotty, man, he offered a leash. Black grad, paying college, I'm glad that he called me. Walking cause we all been taught that talk is cheap. Even primetime knows Scott for the HBCU streets.
What is going on, everybody? It's your boy Scotty. Listen, we back, and we back again. I cannot hear myself in my own headphones, but it's all right. We gonna keep it pushing anyway. All right, so listen. Today is a very, very special day. I have two special young men to bring on and to talk to you about their journey, about what they've been doing, about how they've been pushing through and making it happen. okay? Because at the end of the day, all I can say is your people, if I keep trying to tell you, you have the labor and the workforce on your campus that can make it all happen. All right. I keep telling people that. They don't want to believe me, but these two young men are going to be the personification of what I've been saying. So please give it up for my special guest today, Andre and Tyler, Real Sports Marketing. What's up, man?
Sir.
What's up with y'all, man? Talk to me. How y'all doing?
What's going on, big time?
Doing
good.
That's good. Listen, man, I appreciate it. Listen, a little backstory. Listen, we talk. Well, Tyler, when's the first time we talked? Like Tuesday, Wednesday?
Yeah, early this week.
Yeah,
probably about Tuesday.
Yeah, I was like, listen, I gotta get these. I gotta get you on. I was like, yo, I gotta get you on. And we made it happen. Today is the day. So listen, you know, I know we're gonna do a little interview, but we're gonna dive a little deeper. But I like to start off my interviews a little light. So I'm gonna do a who is for y'all two, just y'all two. Okay, who is the funniest between you two?
Todd, man. Todd's hilarious. Todd's hilarious. He got, man, sense of character. Oh, man.
Yeah, I'm gonna say it's me.
All right. Who has the craziest ideas?
Oh, craziest ideas.
Yeah.
I ain't gonna lie, I can give it to Todd, man. Todd.
I feel like we both got some our ideas just out the box. We both think outside the box, so I feel like both our ideas be crazy.
Man, we learned to collaborate at the end of the day.
Who is the better football player?
Oh, yeah, no, it's me.
I'm gonna tell you that one.
I'm gonna take those to the chin. Yeah, it's me. That's
I'm
me, man.
gonna take that one. I'm gonna take that one. All right. And last but not least, all right, one girl at the bar. Who is playing Shy Brother? If you don't know, do you know what Shy Brother is?
I kind of got the gist of it.
All right. So who's going away with the girl? Who's the wingman and who's going away with the girl?
Yeah. You gonna get him.
Oh, man.
That's respect. I love it. Now let's get into it, guys. Listen, man. How did the idea to start a marketing agency come to fruition?
I honestly say it was a lot of factors that played a part in the main idea of just being a marketing agency. But like I said when we spoke earlier this week, Andre already had a marketing firm that marketed businesses. All we did was really just incorporate the guys that we knew, that we played with, that you know, that go here to Texas Southern. All we did was just incorporate collabing those businesses that he already had with his company with these student athletes, and that's it.
As they say, the rest is history.
Yeah, definitely.
So when did the idea to turn what you had, so when did the idea, Andre, to turn what you had to NILs, when did that come about?
Oh. Look, it's okay. It's a little delayed, but it's all good. I think I kind of got the gist of your question. It was when was the idea that to basically turn this marketing agency into an NIL platform for student athletes?
Yeah.
That came about after I had did our first deal with Tajon Henry and the Fry Guys. You know, that was Tajon's first deal. I thought about it because after I heard the news about how student athletes starting to make money off of, you know, NIL deals and stuff like that, I wanted to, because I knew Tajon from high school, you know, I wanted him to be more involved into his community. You know, he goes to PWI, which is University of Houston. And I wanted to basically make sure that he has great PR. So that's where it came about. And then after I made the deal happen, Tyler approached me. He was like, "Man, you know what you just did?" He was like, "Bro, you just did an NIL deal." I was like, "Nah, no way, no way." I just did it like it was just promotional, but I never thought about it like that. I never had that mindset until Todd came along. Todd was like, "Bro, you're doing something right now," and then that's when I was like, "You know what? Let's try it out one more time, just for peace sakes. Let's get Andrew, my teammate, when I played at TSU last year, and I was like, man, he's a great guy, and I want him to be involved into the Houston culture, you know, because the Fry Guys are building that platform in Houston, and with him being from Corpus Christi, I want him to. You can kind of say it like, I love TSU, so I want him to love TSU too, and I want him to love my city. So that's why I was like, you know what, let's get you a deal with the Fry Guys and see, you know, this first of many opportunities. So that's what that came about. And that was about what? How many?
Probably 4 weeks ago.
About 4 weeks ago.
That's what's up. Now, what was one of the most challenging things that occurred during this process, starting the company and as well as getting multiple NIL deals for different athletes?
I mean, so for a basic NIL deal, it's 2 parts. You have the businesses that are looking to sponsor the student athlete, and then you have the student athlete part, which is why we make a great combination, because Andre is better handling the analytics with the businesses, as far as, you know, marketing with the businesses. He's better connected with them, and then me myself, I'm working more so with the athletes, making sure that compliance is going on, making sure we're in within rules and regulations of the NCAA, and making sure the athletes are doing it with the NIL deal is stated, making sure they're posting on time, making sure they're getting paid. So it's two different parts. So with that, it's all type of problems. It's all type of problems that come with that.
Yeah, it is. But at the end of the day, you know, something I want to just kind of focus on, especially doing this, is that we have the negative stereotype that our people aren't able to do anything professionally, you know, informal, and that's something I want to change. You know, that's why not only are we getting these student athletes NIL deals, but we're partnering with banks and CPAs to make sure that they have financial advice, and that make sure that they have acute financial literacy when it comes to, you know, handling their money, you know, handling their finances. Right. Even if you get $400, you still got to pay taxes on that.
All right.
So it's like you got to make sure that you track everything right. We want to make sure that these kids, if they do get to that point, you eventually make Roth IRA accounts. Right. All that. Make sure your credit score is great, because at the end of the day, we know you're great at football. I play football. I still have 2 years left to play football. So it's like I love football to do this, because I know there was a bigger purpose. You know, that I need to call my brother and help pioneer this stuff. So.
Yeah, so I feel like probably the biggest problem for us just starting out was really the research.
Oh my God.
We spent maybe weeks of just learning what NIL really is, NCAA, the regulations, talking to lawyers, judges, legislators, guys who were agents, guys who were on the committee to pass the NCAA NIL legislation, guys who were on the original committee to get that law passed. Yeah, so we went deep. Yeah, it wasn't just, we just had this idea and we didn't do no reading. No, we actually did our homework.
Because at the end of the day, what's stressful and what's challenging is because we don't want to be the reason and the catalyst why a kid's eligibility is deemed ineligible due to the fact that we were careless on our part. And I don't want that at all.
Right.
So we have to focus on that. And I told Todd, like, we need to make sure our T's crossed, I's dotted before we start anything.
Right.
So just get in touch with compliance, and that's another story for later on with compliance and stuff like that. But that's make sure that everything is following, just like Todd said, rules and regulations.
Right.
So
that's really that was the biggest thing, just really us understanding what it is that we're doing and making sure we're getting in contact with the right people that can lead us in the right direction, making sure we're on our end, we're doing everything on our end to make sure that the student athlete is taken care of.
Yes, sir.
So now my next question, guys, and listen, you guys sound like a one-stop shop. All right. And I mean, it's super, super impressive that you guys are hitting on both aspects of the accounting side as well as the marketing side as well. So big ups to that. Now, my next question is, what has Texas Southern contributed to the development of your agency? Because I don't think people understand, you guys are still in school. So how have they helped you in that process?
Look where we are right now.
We in that library. We're
in the library.
This is our office.
Collaboration room, baby.
This is our office.
But Texas Southern contributed to the development of our agency. Shoot, gave us a chance, man. Right. Without even knowing. You know, Coach McKinney, first and foremost, I want to thank him for basically knowing that I was going through a lot of things during the football season. That's why I had to take my red shirt. And he basically told me that it's okay. You know, so if it wasn't for that, man, I would have felt terrible because I'm leaving my team. You know, I was doing great. I was having a great season up till then, but I had to handle a few things off the field in order to make sure that my psyche was right. So that's that part. But also into the part of, we have to think about this. Andrew Body was the first student athlete at Texas Southern to receive an NIL deal.
Facts.
So that whole process of trying, like, leading up to that, it was kind of difficult because TSU didn't know how to handle
NIL, nothing NIL
at all.
The same way we were learning about NIL, TSU was learning about NIL. So
they haven't even started the process.
Yeah, so it was just more so while we were learning, we were bringing them back information. And while they were learning, they would come back and we would collab. And that's probably the biggest thing. They're just their openness and willingness to allow us to be that catalyst for them to start NIL here.
That is huge.
Exactly.
That is. Now, I got a couple questions from the comments. One was, what's the average compensation for a college athlete per deal for NIL? Now, you probably don't know everybody, but what are the ranges that you're looking for in terms of, like, you know, if let's say a kid from Alcorn reaches out to you, and he said, hey man, how much can I make? What would your price range be in that aspect?
So I'll just say our base deal, our minimum deal would be $1,000. That's the least we'll do. At least, at the lowest, would be $1,000. At least.
And the only reason is because we're not trying to price gouge. We're not trying to become sharks. And you know, obviously we're gonna make money. It's very lucrative, but we're not trying to beat a kid over the head with percentages. So,
and also, we're not trying to beat the businesses over the head either.
Exactly.
We want to make a fair deal, but that's dependent on their status, which would be because name, image, and likeness is strictly name, image, and likeness. So your play on the field, your play in your arena, whatever sport you play, does not matter with name, image, and likeness. It's more so based off of your status, your influence, online, social media,
in your community.
So that's where we kind of base the prices off of. How active are you in your community? How active are you around around your state, around your city?
And every athlete is put into like different packages and different tiers. We let them know that from get-go. Like, you have to know like your market value at the end of the day. Right. You know, you go to NFL, same thing as well too, or WNBA or NBA, you have market value. Right. So you have to know your market value. You have to know how to also increase your value by great PR, you know, how to market yourself, how to be involved into your community, make sure that you pay attention to your surroundings and what's going on and things of that nature. So to answer your question, the average deal, a low end is, you know, our lowest deal we've done so far was $1,200.
All right.
So past that, like the highest deal we probably do is 10,
15.
Yeah, 10, 15,000.
Okay, big ballers on there. How?
But I mean, like,
go ahead.
Oh no, I was just saying that, you know, you have guys that they'll look at these big name athletes, you know, at Ohio State, at USC, and they're getting $1 million deals, and they're saying, well, hey, why I'm not getting this type of deal? Why am I not? Those guys are nationally known, and you're a locally known, but that's good though. You're not nationally known. Locally, you can hit. That is a market. Your local market. That is a big market.
You don't, yeah. It's a big
and
market.
They don't take advantage of that. It's more so they look at these bigger athletes, you know, and of course they're gonna get bigger businesses, which mean bigger deals. But I mean, it's still a market for anybody. If you're active, if you look for it, it's really a market for everybody.
Yes, sir.
That's fair. Now, being a up and coming business, a marketing, how do you fight off competition? Because, you know, if you do go out and look for those big names in Houston or things like that, how do you guys fight off the competition, and how do you market yourself to other athletes in the area? You know, Texas Southern players, they love y'all. They're like, hey man, can you give me one? Can you give me one?
Yeah.
But how do you guys go after the big fish, or if a big fish is coming for your little fish, how do you guys fight off competition?
So that, like I just said, these bigger agencies, they only look for the top players. They only looking for a certain caliber player, a certain status player, and after that, it's like they wash their hands with everyone else. What we're doing is picking up on the leftovers, doing the same thing that we've been doing as a culture forever, just using what we have and using our resources with what's available and making the best out of it.
You know, at the end of the day, our competition, you know, prior to Tyler and I starting this business, we did a SWOT analysis. So in the SWOT analysis, obviously you have to basically have a detailed description of your competition. And what we learned in that detailed description is that businesses, like Todd said, they're going for the top of the top. And most of these agencies, NIL marketing agencies, they're really NFL agents.
Right.
The NFL agents trying to basically like win these kids over while they're young, and then, you know, obviously be able to become their agent when they're, you know, turn pro. And so they'll probably pay the kid and tell the kid, I got you an NIL deal.
Right. And pay them indirect
instead
of the business having a business actually sponsor them. Because like I said, these bigger businesses, why would you go after Subway? Subway has a roster of professional athletes that they can use.
Mm-hmm.
So a college athlete, I mean, if they have one that's, you know, a Heisman, a candidate, or you know, a big name, that's fine. But as far as just your average student athlete, I mean, Subway isn't really turning their head at that. So what they'll do is they'll say, oh, well, we got you a partnership deal with Subway, but Subway isn't paying for that deal. The agent is, and they're paying out of their pocket.
Exactly.
We're not doing that
at all.
We're the only money that you're getting from our agency would be from the business. Would be from the company that you're partnering with.
And to answer your question, short and sweet, how do we fight our competition? We just stay in our niche.
All right.
Which is our community.
What is you guys' major? Like for both of you guys, are you business majors, marketing majors? Like what's the major here?
My major was business management at first, but I just changed my major last spring semester to sports management. And I'm getting my undergrad in sports management, and I want to go to Thurgood Marshall and get my law degree.
My major is accounting. Prior to me changing my major to accounting, I was in junior college, and my major was business administration. And I saw that it was too broad. I wanted to kind of narrow down my focus, and so that's why I chose accounting. And I plan on once I graduate, obtaining my master's and eventually my CPA license.
All right.
So what's your 5-year plan? Because I feel like, and I'm not trying to, you know, forecast, but I feel like this is a partnership beyond partnership. Your man becomes a lawyer, you become the CPA. It feels like, you know what I'm saying? Like that's big idea, big business thinking. What's the 5-year goal? You know, or what's the big picture for Raw sports marketing?
I'll say 5-year goal. To eventually have Houston on lock. We want I'm not being cocky. I'm not trying to but I'm just saying our goal is to have every student athlete that comes out of Houston sign the Raw Sports. And that's just facts. That's connected to the culture.
It's bigger than us at the end of the day. Like you gotta remember, I started the marketing agency. I had to be a jack of all trades. Learn videography, obviously photography, graphic designing, VFX, and things of that nature. I wanted to basically like make a production company, but that's geared towards the having great PR,
Marketing.
getting great marketing for student athletes in HBCU culture, because we don't have it at all. They have having the PWIs though, like U of H and things of that nature, but we don't have it in HBCUs. It's like we'll probably have one little cool little highlight video or whatever, but I want that to be continuous. I want that to be like a continuous thing, not just something that you do every blue moon. No, I want to make sure that everyone knows that TSU and every other HBCU is high quality, high caliber.
Right. And what we're doing is incorporating these students, other students that are interested in what we're doing. We don't want to go out and find other people when you have people on your campus. Like you said, you have people in your community that can help. So we're trying to incorporate students, any HBCU student, of course.
Computer engineers, photographers, videographers.
Any student who's interested in what we're doing and can contribute, we're willing to embrace them and teach them what it is that we're doing.
Man, that's huge, man. Let me ask you this. Who are your target athletes, and are you open to the whole SWAC? I know that's a big question for you guys just starting out, but I know you said, Andre, that you guys wanted Houston on lock. You know what I'm saying? When I first heard the plan, or when I first heard what you're saying, I was like, man, you guys should literally have a TED Talk for every HBCU institution to see why you can't do what you're doing at every level of their own communities at their HBCUs. But I don't want to, what's your target athlete, and would you ever be open to working with the whole SWAC?
Absolutely. I don't think, realistically, we just starting. We said Houston because that's where we are right now. That's where we can be most effective. But of course, eventually we do want to branch out to Prairie View is right down 45 minutes down the road. You have Grambling, Southern, and Louisiana. That's right next door to Texas. So of course once we finish with Houston and TSU, of course we do want to branch out to other HBCUs. And other schools, just other schools and smaller schools. You still got D2, D3 schools. It's still PWIs, big PWIs that don't have any athletes signed to NIL deals.
Yeah, we learned that from experience from our teammates and our connections. Like we went to Lamar High School, so we know
some guys.
Yeah, we know some guys that
out of our class, we had 11 guys signed D1. We had 5 stars, 4 stars, 3 stars. We were stacked. So we know guys, this, so, and this is just tradition. If you just go look at our history of our high school, we've always had talent come out, so we've always been connected, to guys that are in college athletics and in the pros. So,
and we know what it takes, man. So, and to answer your question, who are our target athletes? Our target athletes is anyone that wants to make a great impact in their community in a positive way, in a positive light. And to shed light on, not only the business, but basically the partnership, the nurturing. What we got to always remember that at the end of the day, yes, you're getting paid for your name, image, and likeness. But at the end of the day, it's a chance for you to network with businesses. Just because they're a small business doesn't mean they don't have money. Like they have money.
Right.
It's just
and they're willing to give.
They're just not a Fortune 500 company. Yeah, facts. And they're willing to help you out. So, and with that being said, you have a chance to not only network, not only partner with these businesses, but have a chance to become, obviously, gain the internship from out of that. You have people that want to franchise their businesses. What if you major in business management, and now they're like, we partnered with you prior to all this. Why not just come, help us out and franchise a location, franchise a food truck, franchise a brick and mortar. So that's something I really want to do, because I see too many athletes that graduate, have a host plan in the NFL.
Life after sports.
Life after sports.
They don't understand life after sports.
Yeah, they don't. So and I want that concept to go away, especially in our community, man. I want people to know that at the end of the day, it's not just I have a backup plan. It's all one plan. Just make things happen. It's all one plan. So
yeah, but to piggyback on Dre about our target, anyone who's willing to affect the culture and be for the people. They're not money hungry. You're not worried about just big deals. Because like I said, it's a plethora. When I say plethora, thousands of small businesses in Houston. Houston is the fourth largest market, fourth largest metroplex in the United States. So it's a plethora of small business deals that you can get that will collect, that will eventually build up to a same deal that you'll get from a Fortune 500 company.
Absolutely, man. This is
You just
some
have
good
to be,
stuff.
yeah. You just have to be willing to be, you know, we're more so affecting the culture. We're more so worried about helping the local and helping grow rather than just go to somebody that really don't. I mean, these big businesses, you can get a good deal from them, but you're not really affecting nothing. You're not changing. They're gonna forever make money. These McDonald's and Gatorades and Nikes, they're gonna forever. They're already Fortune 500 companies. So what you're doing, that little endorsement marketing deal you're doing with them isn't really affecting anything.
I want
But
to
these smaller businesses, you're making a difference. And we've seen it. We that's why smaller businesses are willing to invest in these athletes and see what we're doing, because we're making.
Now, one thing I want to say before we move on from this question is that I looked at a chart, man. It said that the black dollar circulated in our community around, like, what was it, 45 seconds?
45 seconds.
Yeah.
So what we're doing, we want to help change that narrative. You know, we want the community to come together collectively, not just because of sports, because you want to support the school indirectly. And you want the school and the people, alumni, people that's associated with the school, people that's associated with the community to support the local business as well, too.
All right.
Man, this is a beautiful thing. Man, I'm man, when I tell you, when I heard this story, I was like, this is genius, man. Now, how did the collab with you, Andrew buddy? How did that come about, and what, what made Andrew and you guys say, hey, we got to do this?
I'm gonna let Gills take it, because that was his boy. That's his teammate.
Well, man, I play with my guy, man. Like, at first, Andrew kept his head down. He kept working, kept grinding, and I love that. Being able to wake up in the morning, be at the field by 5:45, 6 a.m. in the morning, see him be the first person sprinting every single time we do gassers, running, grinding, and then, like, for him to go out and not even get any PT, but still keep his head up. He chewing on his mouthpiece, though. He's mad, but he's still keeping his head up, though. He's not gonna let you see him fray away. So it's like, I was like, man, that man embodies what we're trying to do right now. Literally embodies it. So I was like, we got to do it, because at the end of the day, if it's not him, who else? To start
but then just to piggyback on that, not to cut you off, but just his willingness to be a catalyst for what we're doing and be a catalyst for the culture. Because, like I said, these bigger agencies, they're not walking around on HBCU campuses looking for any HBCU guys.
Nope.
They're not looking for any HBCU guys at all. So just for him to allow us to give him a chance and give us a chance, even though we giving him a chance to do it NIL, the first NIL deal at Texas Southern, he's giving us a chance to be the first marketing agency that's able to broker a deal. So it was really just
that's first of many, man. Yeah. That's first of many, man. I just wanted to show him that not only we're capable of doing this, but the impact you can have in your community, right? By letting us help you out with this. So,
and of course his family, we had to get his mom on board. Of course, we had to.
Mr. and Mrs. Body, amazing. And then his cousins as well too, Craig. So, Mr. Craig, all amazing people.
Right, amazing.
Man, absolutely, man. Listen, let me ask you this: when you was going for your first deal for your boy Hill, how did that first deal you negotiated? How was that, man? And how was that process?
That first deal, negotiating that first deal, man, it was kind of no-brainer. It was kind of no-brainer. Like, so I'm gonna really break it down. I'm gonna really be honest now. So I'm gonna go to business. The Fry Guys is located in 310 North Street. That's kind of like in the Heights area of Houston, predominantly white. I was like, man, we need to
incorporate our culture.
Yeah, incorporate our culture. I don't want you guys to just feel like, you're just serving a particular target audience. I mean, particular crowd. If you want to change your target audience, this is how we do it. We need to impact schools. We need to impact these kids.
Yeah,
exactly. Just like you said, let the business become a vendor to tissue games. We talked about that last night. but like basically like so partner with schools and student athletes and be able to impact them in a way that they have no choice but to support you because it's supporting them. And so that's why that's why we had to do that, man. It was a must. Negotiating the deal was a piece of cake because they knew what we had to do.
And they got it on the deal because, like I said, this our first 2 deals are really just a trial error type of situation. Mm-hmm. And once that deal got made, I mean, Tayshaun Henry, his stock.
Oh yeah, his next deal was very lucrative.
So that first deal for them, they got it off for a steal, and it also impacted way more than what we really could have imagined. Mm-hmm. And from there, it just really opened everybody's eyes up to what NIL could really mean for your everyday student athlete.
Mm-hmm. Let me ask you guys this: how, and it kind of goes back to this question, how has what you guys been bringing to Texas Southern changed the administration's mindset of how to involve the community? Because now you're getting Black businesses looking towards you all who are Texas Southern grads to give them something while they're giving you something. So you're building a partnership between the city of Houston's businesses and the school. So how has the school's mindset opened up to say, hey, we could become a bigger entity within Houston if we are partnered with more local businesses?
I feel like they really just kind of trying to wrap their mind around that concept. Yeah. Because when we first brought this to them, they were clueless. From the athletic director to the compliance, they really weren't just pressed about NIL because it's so new. And so now, because of our persistence and continue to talk to compliance and the athletic director, like I said, they're very helpful. They did a partnership deal with Spry, which is a NIL company that all they provide the school with is information, analytics, and tracking of all NIL deals done through that school's athletic department. For the administration. Mm-hmm. So because TSU was so behind with NIL, they hired this partner. They hired this corporation to have a partnership deal to where now we go directly through Spry to send all of our NIL compliance through them. Which it tracks and it does help Texas Southern because now they have a official platform to track NIL, make sure that it's done correctly, making sure everything is right. But yeah, like I said, when we first started this thing, they didn't really see the whole picture. But now that we're doing stuff like this, we're doing interviews. We have Andrew's deal went viral, so it's just now it's starting to wake up and really, take a toll for TSU. They're really not trying to catch up now.
Man, I just the possibilities of what you guys are doing is what's blowing my mind, right? So it's like when people come up to me and they say, "Hey, Scotty, like I love what you do," and blah 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 blah, and people can see success on you. When I heard what you guys are doing, I'm like, this is what it talks about. Is us helping ourselves. Like this is you guys are the you embody that whole mantra of us helping ourselves in the school, teaching you business. Andre, in your city, Ty, you like, yo, NIL deals is hot right now. Let's all together and take it over. And it's just so crazy because if you guys just link up with the right couple people out of Houston, Trey the Truth, I got family in Texas. So
we was at his camp. So Andrew Body just went to his football camp, his youth football camp. When was that? Last Sunday. Yeah. And we met him. It's not hard in Houston. Houston is stacked with celebrities. I mean, it's not hard to get in contact with the right people. Yeah.
You see what I'm saying? And that they push you up to that next level, or they partner with you and they push your stuff. It can just all because they see what you're doing. Trey is all Houston. I think Slim Thug's from Houston. There's just so many different people a part of this whole thing that I think that can really take you guys to the next level. What what would you tell kids that are looking to do what you guys are doing, and they don't have a direction? You know, they're just like, man, I like what they're doing. How can I do that in my own city? What would be your advice?
For one, stay prayed up. You got
please do.
you gotta stay.
Oh, Jesus. On the main line.
Facts, because it's not gonna be easy.
It's
not gonna be easy.
All the cold calls,
all the no's. You're gonna get about 100 no's before you get one yes.
Yes, you will.
Stay patient. Learn the craft. Like I said, it took us weeks of just nonstop, literally 4 or 5 a.m. just understanding what NIL was, get in contact with lawyers. Like we said, we have NFL lawyers that work with us. So we understand what it is, the entire realm of NIL and marketing. So you have to take this serious and understand what you're doing and learn it. It can't just be something that you jump into thinking, you finna get rich quick. No, you have to understand this is a industry, and also you are working with multiple different entities. Like I said, you have the business side that you're working with. You have to work with them and their corporation owners and what they're trying to do and achieve and help them achieve their goals. And then you also have to work with the student athletes and their families, understanding what it is they're trying to achieve and help them achieve their goals.
You know,
because
one
at the end
thing.
of the day, it's kind of like the business model.
Go ahead.
Oh, my apologies. Oh yeah, but it's kind of like the business model, like business to business. Nah, we're business to player and player to business. So it's like you have to, just like Todd said, it's not about just, oh yeah, I got your NIL deal with such and such. Let's get it done, sign a deal, get the money. It's it. No, we need the business needs the results now.
Right.
So that's where the marketing company comes into play. The business wants to grow from sponsoring an athlete. So how can you create a very innovative campaign? Andrew Body has a video that's going to be coming out near football, near fall. I can't say football season, but near fall. How can you create like a very valuable campaign? Campaign is going to be valuable towards like bringing customers to the business, because at the end of the day, it's still a local business. Like you still want to make sure that they're also
they're benefiting. Both parties are benefiting.
Both parties, yeah. Not just monetarily, but also being able to be recognized as well too.
And then also, I have to say, stress this. I cannot stress this enough. Making sure you're within NCAA rules and regulations. Because we seeing now, like we've been doing studies. We've been at this so hard. We've seen guys getting NIL deals or trying to negotiate NIL deals, and that is a violation. And the worst thing you can possibly do is get become ineligible. The NCAA is known to crack down on when people are violating rules and regulations.
They're gonna wait.
And they're gonna wait and wait until what you don't want to do is do the wrong. Go about in trying to get an NIL deal the wrong way and lose that student athletes and eligibility. That's the worst thing that can happen. None of this that we're doing would matter as soon as a student athlete becomes suspended. Nobody wants to do a deal with them. Nobody wants to sponsor them because they're suspended.
Absolutely. I mean, I want to go back to, I got a couple more questions. We're going to get you guys up out of here. I want to go back to what you said you talked about last night of Black businesses being partnered with Texas Southern. Is that something that we should be looking forward to down the line when it comes to Texas, like vendors being at the games and stuff like that? Or is that sneak peek? You can't tell us or nothing like that.
Nah, we got some plan. We got some plan for the school where you'll be able to directly partner with the school. That's on the way.
You can't really speak on that.
Can't really speak on it.
But it's on the way, big time.
It's on the way.
Hey, when it pops, I need that. You go right back on. You know, right back on. Like, buddy, we doing something different. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Now, how can people contact Raw Sports Marketing? People who want to donate, people who want to help. You know what I'm saying? I got a lot of business people. I got a lot of businessmen and women, CPAs, accountants, lawyers, photographers, all type of stuff. How can they contact your student athletes? How can they contact y'all and say, hey, can we help? I want to be a part of what you're doing. How does that happen?
Yeah, go ahead, bro.
So you can, right now we're working on our social media pages. All our social media pages are in construction right now. But you can follow us on our individual social medias. And then you can also go online at rawauthenticity.com. Rawauthenicitymarketing.com.
Yep.
Dash sports, raw sports.
You'll be able to get in contact with us through there, through email as well too. You'll see our email, you see our number on there. You'll be able to sit down and have a consultation with us. You can book a consultation on our website as well too. The only reason we don't have our social media up yet is due to the fact that we want to make sure that
when we launch this.
Yeah.
Right.
When we launch, it's gonna be right. Graphics, videos, teasers, all.
We're gonna do like a grand opening.
Grand opening. We still haven't even launched yet.
Yeah, we haven't launched. Everything we're doing now is just really just us networking and really understanding what it is that we're really doing.
Mm-hmm.
And
that's
yeah.
But the website is up.
Yeah, the website is up. The website is ready. You can go look through and just see for yourself what it is that we're really doing. We'll explain all our deals and what's going on.
And what's the website again for the people in the back?
It's called rawauthenicitymarketing.com. So it's RAWTHENTICITY marketing.com.
Okay, that's what I want to make sure. And then your personal ones, you didn't give your personal IGs.
Mine is Todd the Hero. It's TYTHAHERO. Todd the Hero.
Mine is very simple. It's THE the Andre Gibbs. So
okay,
THE GIBBS.
Okay, so you need that's what y'all need to be teaching these athletes. Make simple Instagram names. They be over here having these crazy ass names. Can't find nobody. I'm like, nah, no. It's Thomas Williams. Crazy. So I'm like, what?
Right.
What are you doing?
And that's what we also teaching. We also teaching like how to manage your social media platforms because, like we said, with social media being so big and being the catalyst for what NIL really is and how athletes can really benefit off of it. We have to beat it in some of our clients' heads that you can't post certain stuff, you can't do certain things on social media, you can't delete your social media when you're in your feelings, you don't want to hear nobody, and you just feel like, oh, you want to deactivate your account for a couple of days. Like, no, you can't do that. That's what's getting you paid. Really, is your social media and your social media presence. So you have to. You're held to a higher standard of how your social media pages should look and how you should interact on social media.
Absolutely. Listen, guys, man, I appreciate your time. I'm gonna say one thing before you guys go. I know you guys are busy. I know you guys are doing a million things per mile, but I would really tell you guys to sit down and make a class. Like if I couldn't tell you nothing, make a digital course, a digital class that you can replace yourselves and send it to people or send it to whoever wants to teach whoever, so you guys don't always have to be the center of it. But I definitely think you guys should be on a talking circuit or whatever. EYL come and get you, Bamas. I mean, everything. I mean, you guys, to me, you guys are the future of what I believe HBCU students can be doing for their own programs. But this is your time.
Yes,
shout outs, whoever you want to shout out, you know what I'm saying? Tell your people who you love, whatever, all that.
And I want to shout out Raw Sports, Texas Southern. All our clients on our roster, we loaded. We got a bus load of clients. Scotty for bringing us on. I mean, what you're doing is pivotal and much needed for HBCUs. We don't have that many platforms or as is, so you're giving us a platform to tell our story and tell for athletes and HBCUs to tell their story. So that's a shout out right there.
Shout out his mom too.
Facts.
Shout out his mom. Shout out you, Scotty, for over here pioneering a lot as far as like social media realm and YouTube realm. We don't have a lot of just like you said, a lot of HBCU platforms, especially on YouTube and Instagram and things of that nature. Shout out to Texas Southern University. Love this school, man. Really love it. Shout out my
HBCU.
Yeah. Shout out my mentor back in California, Pat McGurk. That's pretty much it, man.
God. Oh, Jamal, we got to shout out Jamal.
Yeah, Jamal.
Our lawyer. We got to shout Jamal.
Our lawyer, man.
He believed it. It's a real NFL attorney that has multiple clients. And when we came to him with this idea, I mean, he was all ears, all in to help us out, so. Jamal Hicks, we have to shout him out.
Shout him out, man. Listen, because it's no way. When I just can't. The same way he feels is how I feel. It's just no way you can't get behind this. There's no way you just can't see two young guys like yourself that have the big picture, and you're still students. That be blowing me.
We're in summer school right now.
Yeah, we're in summer school right now.
That is so crazy. All right, but listen. Ask, do they have merch? Listen, as soon as you drop in shirts, I need a shirt. Raw Sports Marketing. I need a hat, shirt, something. You know what I'm saying? But do y'all have any merch?
Matter of fact, this is his company right here. This is one of his clothing line.
Yeah.
Right here.
It's called St. Alpha, man. Yeah.
But we'll have some Raw Sport. We'll have some Raw shirts going on. Some merch going on for Raw Sports. Yes, sir.
Man, listen, guys, I appreciate your times, man. Keep doing big things. Any updates, man, please let me know. I have no problem bringing you guys back on and keep sharing this story because it needs to be told as many times as possible. Andre, Ty, man, I appreciate y'all for your time, man. Thank y'all.
Yes, sir. Thank you.
Appreciate it, big times. Thank you, man.
Hey, man, listen, that was Ty and Andrew and Andre for Raw Sports Marketing. Listen, you talking about two young brothers who are changing the game, okay? Two young brothers that are changing the absolute game, doing it their own way, touching their school and their city their own way. It's exactly what I have been preaching and saying from day one, that you have your labor on your campus. Who understands Texas Southern than the two kids that are going to Texas Southern who knows the culture and the city? Nobody. Keith Sweat, nobody. That's how you freaking change the game, and that's how you start your own thing, man. Listen, I appreciate those young brothers for coming on to tell me more. I can't stress enough, man. We as Black people have to go get it. Got to find a way to go get it and be innovative like them to go get it. All right, man. Listen, once again, interview on Monday. Big time interview with the executive director of the Orange Blossom Classic. You do not want to miss this, okay? Executive director of the Orange Blossom Classic. We breaking it all the way down, okay? So make sure you tune into that and we gonna make it happen. All right, until next time, you know what I'm gonna do. I'ma holla. God bless.